Former President Barack Obama, former First Lady Michelle Obama have officially endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris.
The Obamas announced their support online earlier this morning. They had a private call with the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee earlier this week. In the joint call, the Obamas told Harris that they are ready to help her get to the Oval Office. Former President Obama had been among the last of the highly sought Democratic endorsements for the Harris campaign. Fox News anchor Shannon Bream with Fox News Sunday joins me now from New York. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Brandon.
All right, so a two-pronged question here. Any reason why the Obamas waited so long to endorse Harris, and how valuable is this endorsement?
I think it is the absolute #1 endorsement that anybody trying to get to this nomination would want. And I do think that's why they were being very timely and careful about it, because you may remember in the past, President Obama has stayed out of some of the primary stuff until it really appeared there was a coalescing, not wanting to look like he was putting his weight on the scale inappropriately, because he knows how powerful and how wildly popular both he and the former First Lady are. So I think they wanted to see that this is essentially a done deal with the Vice President pulling together the delegates she's going to need. You know, the DNC has said any challenger has to get on the books by this weekend, and you can't imagine that anybody with hope for a political future in the Democratic Party after what they've seen the last week is going to do that.
All right, now for the showdown. Harris says she is ready to debate former President Donald Trump, but the Trump campaign says the former president won't commit to debating Harris until she is officially the Democratic nominee. So will this happen? Will there be two more? And so this is, I mean, are we going to see this?
I think so. I mean, you did hear the former president say earlier this week that he did look forward to this debate or debates. They may argue about the venue and the timing, but I do think that neither one of them is going to want to miss this opportunity, and they owe it, I think, to the American people to see if this is going to be the matchup. Okay, let's see these two candidates head to head, hear about their policies, get them to defend them. So I think it's a matter of logistics at this point, and the D side of the ticket becoming official and locked in, and whoever that #2 is. But I do think you'll see debates, at least one, if not more, between these two.
Well, and of course, the other question is, who will Harris pick as her running mate? And you've got one of the potential picks on Fox News Sunday, right?
We do. Secretary Pete Buttigieg is on everybody's short list, their dream list of people that they would want her to consider. So we'll talk to him about, you know, whether he's being vetted, would he take on that role, and how would he defend Vice President Harris and her record, essentially, on immigration, on inflation, all of these things that she's a part and parcel of the Biden-Harris administration. So we'll see. And I think a lot of potential VP contenders will be out there on the Sunday shows this week trying to show that they're going to be the best at making that argument for the vice president. We'll see if it's him.
Looking forward to it. We'll see you then. Thanks, Shannon.